just getting ready to head over to Lena's. We're gonna do a live today, and I thought it might be fun to bring you along with me. You can check out the shop and the neighborhood, and we can chat about the whole Lena's Wigs experience. All right, it took me about 20 minutes to figure out this car phone holder situation, and this is as good as it's getting. Anyway, so we're headed to Lena's. If you haven't caught our lives before, we do a live every other week. It's usually on Thursdays around 1 o'clock Eastern time, and we answer frequently asked questions, show a bunch of different wigs. We'll chat about all sorts of different topics related to hair loss, wig wearing, alternative hair in general. So they're really fun. Lena just opened a new shop that is just the best space. I love it there. It's calming, it's chic. The wall of wigs, I can't wait to show you the wall of wigs because it is, I call it hair heaven. So Lena's shop is in the Hampden neighborhood of Baltimore. And if you're not familiar with Baltimore at all, there's a lot of little neighborhoods and they all kind of have their own vibe or their own feel to them. So Hampden is very eclectic and kind of artsy. So there's lots of like vintage stores, interesting clothing shops. There's a really cute housewares store, I believe it's called the Watermelon Sugar, right across the street from where Lena's is. There's fantastic restaurants. Baltimore has a great food scene. If you've never been here, Dangerously Delicious Pies is literally across the street. You can see it from Lena's window. And if you are there when it's open, I highly recommend at least getting a piece to take home with you. Hampden is a great spot for Lena's because if you're coming in for an in-person consultation and maybe you're just coming for the day, you live close enough to drive in, it's perfect. You go for your appointment, you can walk around, do some shopping, grab some lunch, explore a little bit, and then head home. So it's just a really great spot. And Lena's is right on the main drag where everything's happening. If you happen to be flying in to go to Lena's and making it maybe like a 2-3 day trip, there's plenty to do. As far as where to stay, if you're flying in, it depends if you want to be like right in the city or if you want to be outside the city. There's a lot of really nice places, probably like 15-20 minutes from Lena's. So I would recommend if you're flying in, renting a car. That way you have a little more freedom to get around. If you're staying in the city, you can walk around, but to get to Lena's, you would have to Uber. You can't walk to Lena's from like Baltimore City proper. Hotel wise, of places I've stayed, so I can actually like speak to the hotel and the experience, there is the Pendry Baltimore, that's in Fells Point, so that's another one of the neighborhoods, and that's right on the water, so you're right on the harbor. There's lots of restaurants, bars, and shops right there. The square in Fells Point has farmers markets periodically, and if you come probably like in May or after, you come in like the warmer months, the Pendry has an incredible pool, overlooks the harbor. It's really beautiful. The rooms are nice. The service is great. One place in Fells Point that I would recommend eating, if you like seafood, is the Thames Oyster House. It's right across the street from the Pendry, and it is phenomenal. There's the Four Seasons, that is in Harbor East, so that's another section of the city. Harbor East, again, is on the water. They also have an incredible, their pool is like a rooftop pool that overlooks the harbor and the city. It's very pretty. Obviously great service. They have Maximone is the restaurant right inside of the hotel there that is delicious. They also have the Lock Bar right there if you like seafood, and they have Azumi, which has incredible sushi. That's all right either in or just outside of the Four Seasons, and there's some really good shopping right in Harbor East. Also the Ivy Hotel, I would highly recommend. It is on the pricier side, but it is kind of all-inclusive once you get there, so it's your room. There's an honor bar, so alcohol is included. Breakfast is included at Magdalena, which is their in-house restaurant, which is also phenomenal. It's in an old brownstone, so it's kind of the Gilded Age era, and when you get there, if you want, they will give you a whole tour of the place and tell you the whole history of it, but it is absolutely beautiful. All of the rooms are different and really nice. It is one of the nicest hotels I think I've ever stayed at anywhere in the entire world, and the service is out of this world. And then there's lots of there's Marriott's, there's Sheraton's, there's some of those like bigger chain hotels around. And if you want to be out in the suburbs, you can look kind of in like the Owings Mills area. There's the National Aquarium, which is great for adults and children if you happen to have your kids with you. There's the Maryland Science Center. There's Port Discovery Children's Museum, which is really great. There's Camden Yards if you're a baseball fan. You can go see an Orioles game. And you can check, there's all sorts of like different events going on. There's usually some like farmers markets, especially when it gets to spring and summer. So there's lots and lots of options. And I think for a 2 or 3 day trip, if you're flying in, you'll have plenty to do in Baltimore. All right, so I just got here. You do have to pay for street parking, just a heads up. But this is 36th Street in Hampden. I'm gonna spin this around and I'll show you a couple of the places I was talking about. So right here in this red building, that's Dangerously Delicious Pies I was telling you about, and over there on that corner, that's In Watermelon Sugar. That is one of the cutest little housewares stores, and this is 36th Street here. And Lena's is right there. So let's head on in. We are in the new shop. It is such a cute space. So fun to come shopping here. Here is the dream wall of wigs. And this isn't even all of the wigs. So when you book a consult with Lena, you do an intake form and you'll kind of describe what exactly you're looking for in a wig. That way she can make sure that she has what you're looking for. So there are even more choices than what you see here. And then right over here is where you come to your consult and try on all the fun hair. And then I'll take you in the back and show you some stuff they're working on. So this is where the magic happens with the customization. Ooh, so this is a freshly colored wig. Yeah. Beautiful. And then we have Heidi here. So she does a lot of the hairline work. And this is what really makes your wig custom. So you can see the blue lines there, and then Heidi is sewing each individual hair by hand into that customized hairline. So you can see why this takes the amount of time that it does, because it's basically artwork. All the customizations when you come to Lena's, you get your hairline traced and customized. You'll have the cap altered to fit you perfectly. You'll have your custom cut, and then before it's sent out to you, it is gonna get styled with Lena's like signature beach wavy look. So that's what's going on here. And then it gets mailed out to you. So we finished our live, lots of great questions. Those are always reposted to my Instagram, Lena's Instagram. Lots of great information in those all the time. So if you want to come check out the new shop, you certainly can. And then if you want to book a consult with Lena, you can head to lenaswigs.com, and there is a book a consult button, and you can go ahead and do that. And all of these wigs are here for you to try on.